Thank you. mean, I'm just sat here looking at the chat. We don't need to be sat in relative silence. We can all wait together. This is a very exciting show match, the greatest show match that Hermetica clan has done in I'd say at least a month. So, you know, we're taking this deathly seriously. Suits on, folks, suits on. Crack your drinks, because we got a best of 3. And Smiley is going to play and carry again to a dominant victory. So, I mean, obviously there is a certain bias on this channel towards Hermetica clan. You know, the overlords are somewhat popular within the server. So, you know, it's necessary that there is some support here, but plenty of love as well to GDR clan, who will play this as well. Interesting matchup between the players. It's roughly balanced average elo, but we'll see that GDR, all of their players are around 1500, while Hermetica has got a little bit of a difference going on. We've got a 1700 in good old Benito Burrito. Smiley smurfing down at 1200. Easily able to clap some 1400s though. We've seen her carry Sito and he's 2k whatever. 2k5? You're at 2k6 at the moment? Like, where even are you right now, Sito? Either way, up in the top 20 of Age of Empires players for sure. And gets carried by Smiley all the time. Thank you for the follows. You know, we have a mix of people who cast on this channel. It definitely won't be me all the time. I normally only appear for very special events, of which I think we will class this one as, you know, it should be a very special event. We're just waiting for a lobby. Hopefully, there'll be one eventually. And we'll get to dive in. If they do it. I think they're taking their sweet time. I see more players being added to the group. And we're looking on spectator dashboard. But do tell me how you've been doing, everybody. If you've turned up in chat, if you're not going to be one of the players, let me know how you are. What's your week been like? I see Benito Burrito has a lobby ID. Burrito. That's who we'll search for. Burrito. And we see it. I'm amazed, really, that they managed to find the time for everybody to play. Benito Burrito from Canada, PM from Germany, MPJ from America. Now, that's interesting. I thought that MPJ was a higher rating, but clearly not. Only 1240 for MPJ. Oh, dear. The nerves, the worries out. Only a 1300 highest as well. Bubbly Mango had a good job interview. Sweet. What were you interviewing for, Mango? Like had an interview to be president. I think that's something that you should pass an interview for. Judged by a body of your peers. Oh. Well, that's perking me up. Something nice. We have everybody in the lobby. This will be a 4v4. And I believe the first map will be a Nomad start. From what I could see from my earlier sleuthing through their group chats, the maps will be relatively standard. Arabia, Hideout, and African Gathering, I think, was the suggestions. African Gathering. I've not seen an African Gathering. Software R&D for Bubbly Mango. Nice. I have the lobby. Hypnos, I've got it. Speaking of another person who's having an exciting time, Hypnos, you're in France? You're having a trip over to Paris? Is this just a holiday, or are you? Is this you trying to spend some time to try and move over to Paris. I know you were looking at getting closer to my ends of the earth. Just exploring the life. Oh, that's awesome. Real nice that you're having a time away. Oh, there's some sneak, like, these Italians, man. We've got MacDeck 2, Pia 1204, Abigaili, and Real Mekajad. But they are 1500, 1550. Doesn't have a rating, but has a 1500 team game rating, and then 1610 for Real Melkajid. So it could be a worry. Thankfully, we've got Smiley on our squad to play carry. I appreciate the I appreciate the hate. Screw you, PM. The second worst admin. How dare he? They're still not actually started though. They're all just hanging out in the lobby, just having a nice time. Which is fine. Got to support people having a nice time and all of that, but it would be nice if they started at some point soon. Polmos in for the GDR squad. I hope we get some balanced picking between the two teams. We'll put some points on the line. We shall put some points on the line. And let you do some predictions. There you go. We'll have 5 minutes. There you go. Throw your points down. See who's gonna, come out on top. I mean, I've got a feeling. Have you guys got a feeling? I'm sure he'll be in at the end. Not that I've actually set up for for any kind of stream. Oh, I can't put points on. No, I made the prediction myself, so I can't predict. Oh, this is just the worst. I was gonna go all in, 30,000 points on GDR, but no. I'll have to be the arbiter. That's another good game. I think they're doing an actual Halo major for the first time in ages. I've never watched Halo esports, but I'm kind of there. I'm on that vibe. I used to love watching Halo. I'm surprised we don't have a text to speech sort of. That's the kind of thing that Hypnos would be all over. I mean, I know why I don't have a text to speech thing. It's because I'm incredibly lazy when it comes to stream setups. So yeah, I'm not bothering with that. But maybe one day. I don't know. Do you think one of them's fallen down the toilet or something? They've been in the lobby for 10 minutes, just waiting. I think one of them must have fallen down the toilet. Let's just assume that it's PM. PM's fallen down the toilet. It's official. I guess I could use the time to learn about the players, but I'm not going to. Instead, we'll pick a new track. I want something from Bannerlords. Because that's got some banging tracks. What about Cut with a Keen Edge Sword? I don't know, maybe it sounds good. Oh, it's too slow. I want an epic one. What about Into Dust? No. We'll have There Is No Bad Weather. That's what we're going to have. And that's what we're going to put up with. Not that that's true, because today I was setting up for an outdoor event in my theatre, and we had thunderstorms, which, as much as you might pretend that there is no such thing as bad weather, as soon as thunderstorms come into the mix, that is actually bad weather. That's just bad weather. You can't have an outdoor theatre show when there's bad weather. I don't know when Bannerlord's music got so lame. Not like good old Age of Empires. But like the classic. Like, where's the not the definitive edition. I want the freaking HD one. Because that one was banging. Maybe I'll have to find it on YouTube one day. What's the prediction on the show? I mean, it's, you know, who wins game one. That's the one. Like, who's he going to be? Hermetica Clan or GDR? Oh, it's ended. That's bullshit. That's ended before the game's even started. I gave it 5 minutes. That's how long we've been waiting for the game that they just don't want to start. But you can't put it on anybody. Submissions have closed. I mean, I'm saying I'd put all of my money on to GDR. We're gonna go again. Yeah, delete it and restart it. Well, you should put your millions and millions on Smiley so I can get 3 points. Hypnosis checking if they're still alive. Oh, have they started? They've started. Ruddy, brilliant. Finally. And they are in game. Oh. Which means, as much as we're enjoying Age of Empires music, well, I'm saying they've started. Age of Empires 2 DE is not responding. No. No. The real tragedy. Thanks, DE. The real tragedy. Okay, well, we'll turn it off and on again then. Maybe it'll never... I mean, I'm saying that. I already watched a 4v4 set before I went live to make sure everything would work. There's been some really interesting bugs since the most recent patch came out. One of which is that some people just can't play online. Like, it just won't let them play online. They're not even, like, banned. It's just a sort of known bug. Doesn't that sound fun? Doesn't sound that fun to me. Okay. Attempt 2. Electric Boogaloo. I'm just gonna change the name of the teams. And then we'll dive in. Best of 3. It's a show match. And it will have GDR versus Hermetica. Somebody should let me know what GDR actually stands for, because I'm Wait, is Bubbly banned? That's hilarious. I've unbanned him. There you go. He's dead. I've fixed it. Oh, that's almost better than watching the game. Almost. But almost is not quite right. So let's actually watch a set. Welcome everybody. No, we don't want to go at mega speed to a show match between GDR and Hermetica. We have in the orange, running up to the north, making their town centre, we have GDR Abigaili. And then their teammate in the purple, we have Real Melkijad. Playing as? What are you playing as? Everybody's moving about. Spanish. Oh, God, I hate the Spanish. Then we have MPJ. No, that's not his teammate. Forget you, MPJ. You don't have GDR. We have yellow for GDR Peer. 1204 as the Hindustanis. And we have GDR Makadek 2. You hear double my voice? Interesting. Why are you hearing double my voice? Let's see. There should be no monitor. Oh, I know why. I know why. My Twitch channel was open. my Twitch was open. I was coming through twice. Thank you for letting me know. That'll mean that the YouTube upload is absolutely ruined. Well, for Hermetica Clan though, maybe it won't be ruined. We have PM AoE playing as the Mongols in the green, pulling in their Rhino. We have MPJ in the blue, playing as the Vietnamese, so he knows where everybody is. We have Smiley in the teal, playing as the Berbers, the hard carry of Hermetica and Sito. And we have Benito Burrito playing as the best Civ in the game, the Malians. And thank you very much for the subscription, the Bubbly Mango, recently unbanned, our resident fugitive from the law. So far, so good. Let's see if we have a quick glance at some idle times. Only like 8 seconds so far. 5 minutes in and no real dramas for anybody. Nice and early onto the shorefish. This is what I would call a really interesting map. I really liked. I genuinely I preferred this to regular Nomad. When it first came into the kind of map pool rotation, like throwing down a TC just on the shorefish is huge. Like And like, this is actually a absurd TC spot. If it wasn't for the fact that I think being in the middle is really is really rough. Isn't maybe not so bad in team games, but I do much prefer being by the edge. My ideal is to have the TC against the shorefish, but that way you can still wall in towards the wood line. I don't think it's like, I much prefer this from purple. Having the lumber clamps close, it's wallable. You can secure the front. Yeah, exactly. You get punched, you get battered, and to be honest, with this amount of food to take, I mean, you can probably afford to get punched. And for the Berbers as well, if we're going for a sort of heavy scout play, the amount of food that we have access to there is just so spicy. And they do. This will give Smiley the chance to maybe click up without receiving too much aggression, because she's away from who I'm expecting to be the aggressive player in Mac deck. MPJ, I mean, is also in the middle though, right? But I would say MPJ's middle position is so much worse. Like, the access to wood isn't great. We've only got the 2 ponds nearby that aren't particularly safe, and only one of them is safe-ish. The golds are close, but they're really close to milk or open to Abigail orange as well. So I think I prefer Red's position to MPJ's, and MPJ is the 1200, right? MPJ is the lower rated player on Hermetica's squad. Pia, I think a bit of best of both worlds. Loads of access to the shorefish, a bit far from the edge of the map, but has managed to land his TC somewhere where he was able to take plenty of shorefish if he wanted to, and the lumber camp there, so it's fine. He can collect wood in purple space. It's true. It is rough for access to wood for blue. I'm still not quite over that. I think overall map position, I much prefer the look of... do I? Maybe it's a bit split. I think I still prefer GDR's map positions overall. And I will say that I'm still often confused why we're bothering pulling in rhinos from so far away when we've got the fastest collecting resource that you could have in the shorefish, just right there. It's got to be more like, no, don't block off your fish. Mac, don't block off your fish. Okay, feudal age landing in for most people, or at least on the way. I don't have a match command set up. I'm not that fancy. If you need a link to the thing, we can sort you out. Again, we're pulling in more rhinos for PM as well. So if everybody's doing it, it must be worth it. Barracks on the way down for Abigail. Archers on the way out for MPJ. Scouts being prepped for rail, which is interesting. Spanish scouts not going for a greedy fast castle, but does have access to stone if they can secure it. This is a very important spot for the Spanish. I guess they have a stone to the north of their base, but like, you know, tell you something that's just mildly bugging me. I am not hearing any game sounds for myself. I'll just up that a bit for you. Yeah, where's my laptop capture? Monitor off. There we go. Fixed it, mate. Now I can hear the game sounds. Okay, so scouts come in, pick off an archer. They're pretty low in HP though. We kill one Vil. Rest of the Vils batter that down. They don't wall it off quick though, so the second wave of scouts come in. This is good damage onto MPJ right here. Plenty of Vil damage there, completely upsetting the massing of archers, and we've got no real response. We've only just started to make some spearmen. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Bet he wished that didn't happen. Poor MPJ, feeling the brunt of it. Over on the other side, scouts trying to put a little bit of pressure onto red. And we are getting the decent mass up. Smiley is a fantastic Cav player. We've seen Smiley carry Sito to many a win before. But I have to say, the defense of red is good. Taking the fight with the villagers, getting that lower HP on those scouts and not engaging too much. We've got a spear of our own in to help back this up. And if Smiley knows what she's doing, she's going to send the spear over to try and fight the other spear instead of aiming for the scouts. Great little pickoffs there. Just really, like, overall control is solid. But red comes in and does tries to do some counter damage, but their spear's already in play. So almost like she's had some decent coaching or something. Kind of wild that Smiley manages to pull off just such a decent play consistently. For her rating. Practically smurfing, but there we go. We have a castle on the way down. Aggressive, but maybe not that aggressive. Like, this castle could be, like, here. Could be on top of the base of orange, really. Orange doesn't seem to have a huge amount out. 2 archers is not a great defense. Only castle landing for yellow, who is just going to try and boom up, moving a second TC over onto the gold, which I do like. But it's like, what are you going to do with your Hindustan? It's just going to try and free boom, isn't it? Just going to try and free boom this castle. Ooh, I didn't realise there were these archers. But they are not getting the best engagement. Oh my. Castle goes up, but unfortunately, with the castle going up, not actually pressuring anything, these archers can just loop round and completely force PM off gold, right? Like, we can just be taken off gold entirely right here. 3 TCs coming down for yellow, and purple still putting that pressure on to MPJ, who's down at only 1,000 score. 25 villagers, significantly behind most of the other players. Only 28 for yellow, but that's gonna explode in a moment. Absolutely explode. And again, more pickoffs. MPJ really needs some support. And can there really be any? We've started to make some lovely gabettos. But will it be a little too late? Down to 23 Vils, 22, 21. Oh, just the amount of value that we've managed to get time and time again. So rough. There is now a 30 Vil lead for GDR. Mangadai are definitely better than just stock archers. Only got fletching, only getting our first sort of support there. Making mangonels to help the push. How far away is Abigail from being able to do anything useful? Probably a little way, actually. Having to run those Vils away. Scouts stopping being so useful now as Pia starts to throw in some camels. But Smiley keeping red a little bit humble. Does click up though. So Smiley on the way up. Red on the way up as well. Smiley has had the better of it though, but more idle time, I'm assuming. 146 to 53, yeah. So we do have the Vil advantage. Haven't really managed to kill a huge amount, other than MPJ losing just everything. Look at these walls, though. Walling off a good, like, 1/8 of the map over here. Blacksmith on the way down, try and get some upgrades in. However, we have saved some Vils. The Mangonel putting some pressure down. Abigaili not going to be clicking up from this TC, are they? Let's have a look at some res. See where we're at with the resources. Abigaili, not enough food. Smiley's KD ended up pretty bad as well. Smiley's defense has been fine. Lost 1. Like 11 for 11. Could have been better. I mean, it helped that she took a great engagement there. But it's like, these archers can't do anything. The Mangonels are putting great pressure on. TC will eventually go down. It's like every single one of these Vils needs to be pulled. The biggest... MPJ finally getting a bit of revenge in. And, like, the power of Spanish is getting that stone, right? And there's no stone secured. Not managed to achieve a fat lot. We've got the combo of archers and Gabettos. And Orange is kind of having a real rough day. Castle Age on the way in. But we are being pressured. Trying to micro down the Mangonels, but we've got Scorpions in the mix as well, and the micro is not there. The hits are. Yellow is booming. Up to 72 Vils on his lonesome. 43 for Red is actually pretty fantastic. Red's going to come in for a bit of a carry, but there's so many archers out for Blue. If Blue manages to click up, not that Blue has an economy. Blue has 33 villagers. Still less than Orange, and Orange is having a tough time. So, I mean, Orange should manage to at least land in Castle Age. Like, there should be enough Vils repairing the TC to make this happen. The worry is if the Mangadai dive in and snipe the repairers, we could make this tough, but instead focuses on the backwood line. Gonna lose some Mangadai here. Castle Age comes in. TC will go down. These Vils over here should probably be building a new one. Do we have enough wood for that though? Going for a siege workshop in defense, which is definitely important. Smiley finding some exposed Vils, getting some good damage there, down to 32 villagers. Jeez, when did that happen? We were doing okay. We'll just hop back. When did this happen? We were up at 44. It's got to be here, right? It's got to be here. Follow these knights as they make their journey across. And it is a complete beeline. Knows that the lumber camp is there. 45 Vils. Quite a chunk of the economy. Like 17 villagers here. And just the small number of knights putting some great damage there. Keeping Red humble. They were starting to sort of run away with it. Without the support from Yellow. Yeah, just spam those knights. Do those raids down to 39 Vils now. All things considered, Smiley doing Smiley things. And at the back of that, it's like, then the archers come rolling through as well. Forces us completely off our farms. So we've got 2 TCs down the bottom, but like 2 TCs on wood. That's not the value that I'd be loving. Oh god, orange is just absolutely tatered down to 21 vils. We've got 100. Like, even after all of this, the total vil count is pretty darn close. But nobody actually bet in our second attempt. All of the no betters feeling gotta be feeling rough now. You should have been all in on Hermetica winning this one, because so far, as soon as Castle Age was in, it's been a pretty dominant showing. It is all down to what we can manage to pull off for yellow. Can yellow solo hard carry this? Has all of the villagers for their team, all of them are yellow. There's only 32, 10 and 24. The rest of them, yellows. Yellow is going to have to effectively 1v4 this. Red can still boom back into this. Has the TCs, but doesn't have the farming space anymore. Has taken most of the fish as well. Nowhere really safe. Blue on the way to castle as well. It's going to take a bit of a reboom. Probably going to need some conks on the field. But instead, we're having to pump out knights, which I will admit I'm not a huge lover of. Better team game players than 1v1 players? Absolutely. I mean, you can see that by the fact that Smiley is like one of their lower rated players, so is MPJ. Both of them, I would say, other than MPJ facing up against quite a bit of pressure, have done really, really well. And I'm loving how Benito Burrito is just doing some sort of like non-standard plays. It's a bit of a boom coming out of Benito, actually, after he's only gone for Gabetto instead of going for like camels, which I don't know. I expected some, and we're definitely going to have to pull back until we can get our upgrades in. Aggressive castle down on yellow, but yellow's on the way to imp, so this castle should be down pretty much as soon as it goes up, really. Orange is tatered, up at 15 vils. Purple only at 30. So this is... I'm not saying it's an exercise in futility, because they can completely kill off blue. Blue only just landing in Castle Age now. Doesn't have the upgrades, so taking fights will be rough. Crossbow in. Immediate bodkin. That was nice. We'll need a university and ballistics to be competitive. Gabetto diving in to see what damage they can do. The TC should come up before they get in, though. Should manage to kill anything and should be forced away. Okay, so Trebs should be on their way out soon. Minute till imp. Taking that gold. It's like, what damage can we do? Not a great fight for Smiley. But I guess, actually in this I guess we killed a few, but we've lost a huge mass. Knights versus camels is not normally the fight that you want to be taking as we run back. Do need some support. I think I would like some kind of additional unit support from Benito to mix in. Smiley's, I guess, got some camels of her own, but they're just not going to be able to compete with the camels of the Hindustanis, which can be an absolutely filthy sieve on this. Great damage coming in onto MPJ, though. Now down at 21 villagers. 23. Doesn't have that second TC up. It'd be nice if we managed to pull some vills down to the bottom. Just seeing if they can do some damage. Yeah, and I honestly think it's pretty believable. Got the Treb out. Got the camels. Up against everybody else in castle. Mangadai are scary, but only in mass and only in imp. Like, they are not a mega power castle unit. 2 Trebs out. This castle goes down. This push is completely nerfed. Be nice if we could manage to snipe that, getting a bit of expansion, but blue is absolutely dead. 25 vils. Everybody else now catching up. 58 for red, 44 for purple, and 27 for orange, who is on that third TC. Still trying to find a way of being useful into this game. This is good. This is good. Bringing the archers over so they can start to be useful against the camels of yellow. It's like, absolutely. And with ballistics on the way as well. Extra threatening. There's not enough Gulam that I would be super worried. Heavy camel coming in though. Heavy camel could do good work here, especially with the backup of some scorpions to help take some engagements. Actually, we might lose everything here. Especially if we choke point. Splitting. Smiley splits some off. Yep, nice. 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 Stops all of that damage coming in onto those crossbows. Jumping in to be a little bit of a meat shield. The team play is good. Smiley comes in at just the right time. Still got 130 vils on the field, but now that the pressure's coming into the base, like, yeah, Citeaux has called it. The pro has spoken. It's going to take something special, really, to try and balance this out, and I'm not sure there's enough special to drag this forward for GDR. They've definitely made it an interesting match, though. And it's really nice to see that MPJ has managed to get so much value. Even though MPJ has way less villagers now than Orange does, by keeping that military mass up, even though we've received an awful lot of pressure, we're still able to be competitive into the game, which is great. Only 11 military on the field for yellow, 1 for purple, 10 for red, 0 for orange again. And we've got like 140 military on the field for Hermetica. 3 players on the way to Imp as well. Yellow throwing in some siege elephants would be nice. Definitely will help against the archer mass. Mangonel being prepped should pop. Oh god, please don't lose everything. Hey Rev Miracle, how you doing? Hope you're having a nice day as we're enjoying a best of 3 show match between Hermetica clan and the GDR. Smiley coming in with the next wave of knights. Gonna have the support in there. Heavy camels are threatening to knights, but the crossbows should be good. Not good if we just let them die to the Mangonel though. Oh, big shots. Absolutely massive shots. I'm not sure it will be enough though. And when we see 3 players hitting Imp as well, with red down to 74 vils, and the pressure coming in, it is tough. Okay. I have to say, Capture Age has not been having the best time for me on 4v4s. Like, it's stuttery, it's a bit juddery, it's running at like, what? Or maybe it's because it was trying to, yeah, well, it's saying 1.7 speed. It's just not where it wants to be. You know? Hi. We should maybe finally lose all of these crossbows after so much time. Farimba on the way in, heavy camel, scale barding armor. It's I mean, it should be over, but that clear up is good. I heard cancelling the graphic mods could improve performance, as well as the option to have the real game minimized. I have... Okay, get rid of the graphic mods. We can have big trees, that's fine. I don't have UHD anyway, so that's not going to make any difference. And minimize Age of Empires 2 automatically. It's what it should be doing. But instead, now we've just lost all audio. Haven't we? Weird. Maybe I'm just getting a weird delay for my monitors. Kind of feels like I am. Yeah, I am. Okay, well, Mangudai gonna start being useful now. They're up to a decent mass. As soon as Elite Mangudai are in, like, this gets pretty darn tough. Still 1.7 though. Like, the strength of Mangudai also in just how well they are, like how great they are at killing siege. But like, look at this, it's an absolute slaughter. Coming up to 200 military on the field, still going to try and get that castle up. Mangudai, again, we really need them to be elite. Because heavy camel, they do good against Mangudai if they touch them. They do need to touch though. The mass is strong. And I'm assuming Mangudai still have bonus damage against siege elephants. They certainly do. Look at how fast they die there. Yeah, Red's whole eco is, is just like... just trying to boom in, but not really able to get what I would say is a huge amount of anything going. For Red, that is. I'm saying hasn't really been in it, but there's definitely been more in it than Orange has, and Purple is completely dead, down to 12 villagers. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure why they're still in it. It looks to be 3v1. It really is. Red is out, has got some vills, but doesn't have any pop space. We're killing castles with Farimba camels and Cavalier. Like, there was no siege in there. It was just pure pressure. As Orange loses everything as well. Look at the Vil count just drop like an anvil in the ocean. Brutal. Absolute mop up by the Farimba Cav. Crossbow mass. Just looking for some damage. No damage to be had though. Like, whatever my monitor sync is at is so offset. It's so offset. Like, I'm getting the game sound from the computer like 5 seconds afterwards. It's really jarring. Like, really, really jarring. With the raids coming in on yellow as well though. It's over. Red Rover. Though I will say, Red's determination to boom is, I guess, to be respected. Imp on the way is coming up to 100 mils, but Orange is actually defeated. 0 and 0. Orange has archery ranges and a market. Yeah, genuinely. Yeah. When do you ever see that? And Purple's on 3. Here they are. You gotta respect the hustle. You gotta respect the hustle. Oh. Tragedy. Absolute tragedy. Hermetica clan looks just so good. I was really worried about the position of MPJ, and he was definitely punished. And so was MacDeck. But it was capitalised so much more by Hermetica than GDR. Yeah, It is fully timed to 105. I'd speed through it faster, but I'm not convinced that speeding up will do anything. And there we go. GG. Got attack sounds in my base. Was like, oh no, Gulam raids, but it was orange feudal archers. GG. And so, game number 1, almost shockingly, goes to the Hermetica clan, showing some solid form in their team play. The Overlords overlording in that game. There you go. They're feeling pretty smug with themselves. So let's give them a 1, shall we? 1-0. Have a 1. Okay. I mean, that looks weird. Why does that look weird? Is there a space after that? There's not. I hate that. It looks so odd. Fine. I'm just gonna put a space in front of both of them, just because it looked weird. It looked weird. Thanks, Jess. It's a show match, so dressed to the nines. We've got to be dressed to the nines. I threw the kitchen sink at it. Yeah. Okay. I wonder if they will take a break or if they will dive straight into the next one. I mean, obviously, I've got my preference. My preference is for more Age of Empires faster. Benito Burrito has sent the lobby. Are they going to swap out some players? Oh, my. We're having Griffiths in. Okay, so we've got MacDeck, Abigaili, and now Griffiths, who I was assuming was the team captain of GDR, and Pia again. So who have we lost? One of them. MPJ is an overlord. I mean, isn't everyone an overlord in this particular show match? In fact, I think most people here are overlords, except me. Not an overlord. What's up with that? What's up with that, Jess? What's up with that? Everybody else, overlord. Me. That's it. I'll be the underlord. Yeah, okay. I can roll with that. I'll be the underlord. Overlord is for very active players on the Hermetica server. Fair. Fine. Okay. Back in my cave I go. I'll be the underlord. You can't take that from me. Giving myself my own title. Tomsnuffles, the underlord. Not active enough equals underlord. Yeah, well, I think underlord works. I have to say, I do enjoy casting all of our tournaments that we get through. I think they can be an awful lot of fun, especially if they're 2v2 or smaller. Yeah, 2v2 or smaller, please. Oh my god, that's just, it works on the computer. It's not really stressful. The scheduling's easier. more than happy to have me, but need some good server activity and community game server. But Hypnos, that means actually playing the game. We know that I don't play the game. My version of playing the game is cracking open a nice can of cider and watching other people play the game. Now, there you go. That is the best way to play Age of Empires. IMO. But unfortunately, that was my last can of cider. Did you hear that, Jess? That was my last can of cider. It's tragic, really. We've still got at least one game. Hypnos, when you said it was a best of two show match, did you mean best of two or a play all three? Will Jess ever play Age of Empires 2? Highly doubtful. Jess likes The Sims.
Fuck off.
Yeah. If you played Age of Empires, you'd just play The Sims, but you'd be building a city, which is fine. That's how I would play Age of Empires 2.
Like, peace brokering.
You're peace brokering. To be honest, if we got you on a Diplo game, that'd be... If you did all of the Diplo and I did all of the failing to kill people, we'd be what a duo we'd be. We'd be a force. Now, I didn't say no drinks. I just said ran out of cider. Oh, I see the lobby. And I also see that they have started the game. You are so right. So right. That was way too big of a pour. Holy shit. You can't have some of mine. You can't have some of mine. You can't have some of mine. Okay, there you go. It's brandy.
For the sophisticated Tom.
I am a sophisticated Tom.
Wearing a bow tie.
I am wearing a bow tie.
I have a proper bow tie.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a proper bow tie. I think this will do, though.
It's definitely the right vibe.
Yeah, it's actually sparkly, but the stream can't see that. So, and also they couldn't actually see much of the bow tie anyway because it's being covered by the microphone.
Bow tie on the mic.
I should put the bow tie on the microphone. Yeah, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not the nicest brandy in the world, is it?
I think ones we've had in the past are nicer.
Yeah, this is
It's fine.
like it's very soft. It doesn't have the you know when you have like a brandy or a rum or like a one of these fortified things. It's supposed to, after you have your sip, you go, oh, that's nice, and then it slaps you.
Yeah.
This has no slap.
No.
Where is the slap? Well, speaking of where is the slap, where is our next lot of slap? Will it ever start? We're just going to be stuck like this forever. Well, I guess what I'm doing is turning the game on and off again. This feels like a soon-to-be regular event, doesn't it? Like, how irritating. Yeah. I mean, they've got to, GDR have to pull this out the bag, right? They got absolutely... Oh. I didn't get to put my money in. I missed it. But GDR have to. Oh, no, I can. Here we go. We're going to put 4,000 points. There we go. 4,000 points onto GDR. The reverse sweep is there. 40,000 points. As I see if it'll actually let us cast it this time. Will it? Will it cast? I already hope so. It's really not liking it. Like, really? It's like this. Again, twice in a row. Hey. Well, we turn it off and on again. It'll work eventually. It's almost like D is a bit of a buggy mess. Bit of a buggy mess since the recent patch. Oh, not since the recent patch. Since the game came out 20 odd years ago. That's more accurate. The game has been a buggy mess since it came out. And we try again. This time I'm not going to click off it. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait on this one. I'm just gonna wait. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna wait. We're just gonna hope and see. There we go. Now we can swap over to Capture Age. Wanna let us spectate? Because like it's happened. Okay, you know what? Forget it. Funny. It just doesn't want us to have an easy time. Well, we will have an easy time, no matter what it tries to make us have, as we dive in to game number 2 between GDR and Hermetica. We have Benito Burrito here in the grey, playing as the Britons, up against... No, with Smiley in the pocket as the Magyars. A classic Smiley pocket civ. We have PM in the green, playing as the... Oh no, Smiley's Franks. PM's Magyars. I'm reading things wrong. And we have MPJ, again as an Archer civ, this time as the Ethiopians. Up against them for GDR, we have in red, Abigaili as the Ethiopians. The pocket, we have Griffiths, the captain of GDR, playing as the Franks. We have Persians from MacDeck 2. And for orange, we have the Britons. So some mirrorage. Smiley on pocket as always. I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like when you put Smiley in a 1v1, she sometimes struggles. Because early aggression her way can really throw off her game. And we can see her really struggle if she doesn't have that space to sort of execute things in a way that she's really comfortable. But if she has space to play through the early game and get to the part of the game where she's actually just making units, has enough of a stable economy to roll, and that she's not worrying about too much pressure on, like a genuinely threatening player for her rating. So, you know, you got to rate it. You absolutely got to rate it. Another kind of rating is interesting preemptive house wallings towards the TC out of Abigaili. Nice to see some thought out for the base layout. Already walling up for Benito Burrito as well, who is close enough to wall to the edge of the map at some point, but probably won't be doing that ASAP. So currently it is 1-0 up for the Hermetica clan, for the Overlords. But if we're looking at the team balance overall, we've got two 1200s and a 1400 and a 1700 up against a 1600, a 1500, a 1500 and a 1550, I believe, off the top of my head. So I would say when you get 4 1500s, they should be able to take this. They should. Like, I would believe that they had the ability. But we didn't see that in the last game, that's for sure. Hermetica looked really, really comfortable. Are we going to be comfortable for game number 2, though? Feudalage on the way in for everybody now. Griffiths is the last to click up, which I guess if we're going for a faster play would be fine, but I know we're not. That's an idle time mistake. For sure, it's got to be. 33 seconds. Yep, there we go. We've got over a villager of idle time compared to everybody else. None. Oh no, that's MPJ. Only 11 seconds. It's MPJ that's got the idle time. But MPJ clicked up, I'd say pretty sharpish. It's amazing. Like, people are clicking up at like 19 pop now, right? And they're going to be going archers and shit. Like, I don't even understand that. I can't... Like, what are these builds? Try to block in the scout of GDK, of MacDeck. That's... Benito. Benito Hero. Trying to be sneaky. It's Smiley. It's Smiley carrying, as is always the way. Double archery range on the way out for GDR. Going for some small walls. Double archery range out for NPJ as well. So heavy aggro from both players, but archers are out first for Abigaili. Bit of a scout battle. Smiley loses some health. And they do delay the second archery range for a second. And the health now favours Smiley, and we might even kill MacDeck's scout. Smiley gonna start helping out Benito as we have to run back. Archers. It should be a 1-for-1 trade there. Benito's archer goes down, and Pierre is coming forward to help put some pressure on. Over on the other side, we're ready and defensive. We're teaming up. Both sides just massing. Just massing. Probably going to need to throw in a couple of skirms into the mix there for MPJ, but the food economy is right on the edge, and we are housed. So all of the aggro is over on this right-hand side for now. Everybody being pretty calm to the north. Off the back of this, it's nice to see nobody really going for a greedy fast castle, which is interesting considering I think Pierre last time very much did. So this is a change of form from Pierre, going for something more standard. She's a villager hunter now. She doesn't boom anymore. Smiley didn't. She was just full aggro. Full aggro. There was no mega boom out of Smiley, which I think is a really good shift. Because if you start mixing in some high aggression plays to your repertoire, let's say, I think it rounds you out quite nice as a player. And she'll always be able to boom, right? Like, she'll always have that in her arsenal. But I think it is definitely useful to learn to put in some aggression. Her military control has been really, really good today as well. So it's good to see. It's good to see that the formal and informal coaching has been going well for her. Everybody could do with some formal and informal training. Imagine being stuck in one style. I'd never get stuck in one style of playing the game. No. That would be silly. But also, I mean, we're taking a fight on the hill, but the fight didn't actually go awful for Grey. Probably shouldn't have taken the fight. And neither should Smiley, but pulling back. If they take the fight together, they should win. But we delete the wall and we do come out. Gotta run back. No. Benito, you took the fight at the wrong time. And this should be a fight that we should be able to win. Although the scout HP, it's the Franks there. Franks being extra useful, effectively having that free bloodlines is giving them a huge health advantage, actually. This is like, even though we are even in our mass, the overall health advantage is still for Smiley and Burrito. To the north, we're just massing up, staying on a hill. Nobody really pushing out. This is just so weird for this northern side. Kind of semi-defensive play. Heavy on gold. Why are we so heavy on gold? Are we just going to try and market abuse our way up? Maybe. We should have our first engagement of the north. Health advantage is in favour of PM and MPJ, but not by much. Decent micro could level this out, and there are some 2 low HP scouts there that could just be picked off. And it is now even. Finding the hill, definitely worth it here for yellow. Ooh, yellow gets baited in. Nope. Oh, that would have been a great turnaround. Okay. We're pinging, getting a little loop round. Both of them maybe going to fight on the hill or not. Smiley does manage to get a Vil pick off, splits off. Scouts, though, they know that they've got a decent cut through. Pierre dives in. The gold is exposed. We can lose a lot of villagers here. We are cut off. It's like, oh god. We're just using this as the chance to try and do some damage, but the scouts are so vulnerable. Because Smiley's gone forward to try and do some damage, it's left Benito Burrito exposed. We should lose these if we don't pull them into the TC, but if we pull them into the TC, the Vils are going to be exposed. It should be a clear up. Or at least some good damage. Over on the north side, the fight goes super heavy in favour of GDR. It's been an absolute clear up. Green separated away. Again, they probably tried to loop together and see if they could do some damage, and the archer player for Hermetica gets punished. Again, on both sides. Really rough. We do clear up. We don't receive too much damage on gold, which is to be thanked. Castle Age on the way in for MPJ, but Castle Age on the way in for red and orange. And they dive in and do some huge damage to MPJ. Oh dear. He's MVP for now. I don't know. I don't think any one player is being the MVP. I think in this game, they're playing, like, GDR are playing much better together than they did in the last game. They're taking engagements 2v1, they're not splitting off, they're not being caught unaware, nobody's getting absolutely hammered. And it's like MPJ didn't have the support, and he's received so much damage. Again, we're down at 21 villagers. It's like, how many eco units have we lost there? 19! 19! Like, that's so grim. The only person who hits Castle Age. And we've lost half of our economy. Like, how do you bounce back from that? You're not going to be able to do even damage. So our archer player either has to go high aggro with no res, or has to try and boom back into this. And we don't have the wood for more TCs, and if we invest in more TCs, we can't make any upgrades with our archers. So this is actually really, really rough. Because now we're going to have to split off Smiley to support over to the north to cover MPJ, which means that Benito Burrito is going to have to take these engagements on their own, and they're not up to castle, and they're facing up against crossbows, Britain crossbows that have the range. Watchtower doesn't go up, and they are absolutely in freefall. Like, there's no engagement that we can take either, because Benito Burrito just doesn't have the range, cannot take the fight. And if Smiley loops back to try and support this, Purple's here. And as soon as Purple's in a position to click up as well, and we will be soon, there's 28 farms on the field. We mix in some camels into the mix. And this is looking like it could very much be an over game. It's going to be the last dregs of some pressure out to try and do some damage. And we might just get in. Nah, house comes up. We are safe. Clinical, I say. Genuinely, I'm feeling pretty clinical in game 2 out of GDR. Playing on a more standard map, I'd say. Something that they've definitely all played together. And what was maybe a little bit of a weakness was their team play in game number 1 and how separated they are. As soon as they have those fixed positions, as soon as they're able to play together, they are absolutely dominating, and there is no position for Hermetica. Basically, donating your points, mate. That's what it was. I'll only get 820 back, but this is, I would say, a pretty comfy win. We're obviously going to try and play this out, and there could be a way back in if we manage to get, like, oh, there we go, we have to delete and run away. This should have been a siege workshop. Like Cav have managed to do something. Yeah, Weber, how will you ever recover? You see where this gets tough, right? Britain's with a hill. We've lost our hill position, so we can't take this engagement. We can't even go mangonel defense, actually. This is good. This is good. PM's done some good damage to GDR, but it's not enough to make up for the fact that we've got 35-25 vills. Our pocket players are the only people still in. Both of our flanks have been absolutely punished. And with Bloodlines in, and then Lightcav on the way as well, that was the only time to take that fight. The only advantage that we have is that we have the extra HP. Not extra HP, extra armor for Smiley. It does a really good job of massing, but honestly, we need someone else. We need someone else. Oh no, there was a hole. There was a hole. And with the support of those crossbows, the entire economy of PM is idle. We are forced to hop into the TCs. We are forced to be in a position where we can't actually defend our economy. Blue comes over to try and help, but there's just not the military mass to back this up. Again, trying to raid, but now that camels are on the field, GDR looking so good right now. So good. Like, how do you bounce back from this? Maybe Smiley has something to say. And that something is a crap ton of knights and a mostly untouched economy. Hey, Sarah. How you doing? Hope you're enjoying a bit of Hermetica versus GDR goodness. I mean, it's almost at the point where the knights could think about taking that engagement, but I just don't think it's time. And more little raid damage in 26 vills. We're just not being allowed to get any form of economy up. We're taking wood hidden away in the corner. No second TC. We have some crossbows on the field, but it's just so few. And we're getting so much value out of small numbers of knights from Griffiths, who is on 3 TCs, should be booming away, but I don't think he's investing a huge amount into the boom, but we're seeing a huge vill difference between these two teams at the moment. Just a monastery down, actually, honestly, would be so much value, but we're not even able to take gold. Like 2 or 3 monks on the field for MPJ would be huge for dealing with some of the small nuisance raids. Mac deck now having more than 1 TC means that the woodline and the gold is safe. That eco expansion's going to start looking real good. The knights are going to look around to see if they can do some damage, but there's crossbows and camels over on this side. Smiley's going to have to try and solo carry, and I mean, is this something that you solo carry from? I don't know. Imp on the way in for red. A little bit of damage. A little bit of damage is nice. Orange having a little bit of a rough time, but again, it doesn't matter if this crossbow mass stays alive. And it should. We have the range, we have the hill. Persians should mop this up. Or at least force it away from the economy. We are safe at home-ish. And, like, this can become such a huge threat. Blue's never clicking to imp. Grey's never clicking to imp. Nice bit of raiding. Green's like, wait, why am I being hit? Smiley's doing everything off 2 TCs. All of it is investing into getting up into a decent mass of knights. But just look how many units are on the field. Those camels need to be sniped. The camels need to be hard focused down by Benito Burrito. And I believe he's doing it just so we can try and get maximum damage out from Smiley. If the entire military goes down for orange, there is something to be said, but no, it wasn't enough. That mass of crossbows is just too big. Nearly 50 crossbows on the field, and we can just take this fight if we want to. Like, we just can. We've got the numbers. 35 crossbows versus 44. It's a big yikes. There we go. So we're pushing forward just as we... Maybe a bit early for me. I want to start the push when the upgrades are on the way. Myself, I do like picking off the archery ranges though. If there's no response to it, get rid of the production. Stop them being able to make more. Mangonels on the way out. Mangonels against Britons though, it's not the most effective counter. And we're getting some decent fights for MPJ. The unit control isn't awful. But again, Green getting hit. Green, highest score on the team. Not the highest vill count. But it's just punished time and time again. And we are ranged. We can possibly get the surround. Still, it's just the mass is just in favour of yellow and red. And we're also fighting on the hill. So, like... It's grim. This is a fight that does not not go happily for our blue and green player who've been split in half. They decide to focus round. Are we going to try and keep the military alive? Yep, they do, but that comes at the sacrifice of the villagers, as again we get pulled back below 30 villagers for blue, who just has not been given a single window in this game. Camels trying to get us around on the crossbows. Benito Burrito is a great name. Probably one of the greatest names. Nice little snipe of that mangonel. Keeps the crossbow mass high. Smiley's really good at finding those little moments where she can try and find value. But there is no value to be had when Arbalest is in and your TC dies to Knights and Arb. And we're making a replacement TC hidden in the corner for NPJ. Oh dear. And we are down again at 22 villagers. We have Imp on the way in for yellow and orange at the back of this as well. PM trying to find some damage, but there's nothing to be had. Like, we're so safe. We've got 4 TCs. Any small raids are not going to kill enough vills that we're going to level this out. 325 vills to 262. Okay, got a bit of a surround there, but it is Arbalest, so it'll be costly, and we do manage to find a little cubby to be hidden in, so we don't get that full surround. Arbalest. Oh, if we'd stayed there, we probably would have won, but instead, by pulling them away, we do lose everything. Feels bad for them. I mean, military is still in favour of GDR. Economy still in favour of GDR. Team ELOs are equal. I mean, they're roughly equal. So we have 1,700 for Benito Burrito. We have 1,200, but Smiley's reached like 1,350 1v1 and is a pretty solid team game player. And in Pocket, I think you completely ignore the fact that she's 1,200. In a team game setting, I don't think it counts. It doesn't translate the same way. PM I think is 1,500, and then you've got MPJ who's also like 1,250. And then you've got 1,500, 1,500, 1,500, and 1,500, and I believe one of them might actually be 1,600. So the overall team average is equal, but as we've seen in this one, just the execution it is a bit stronger, and I think part of that is because you've got I wouldn't say that MPJ is the weakest player. I think if MPJ went up against Smiley in a 1v1, MPJ would probably do fine. But when you're fixing it into a team game situation, when you've got potentially your weaker player on flank, you can have a really, really rough time. GG. And as all show matches are supposed to, it goes the distance as we hit game number 3. I can't even remember what game number 3 is supposed to go to. It's like, hopefully not arena. I'll cry if it's arena. I swear, I'm not ready for an arena game. Like an arena show match? Oh, get off my... I genuinely, I'd rather watch Islands. I'd rather watch Islands. Should be Hideout. Cool. I can cope with Hideout. I mean, I do want Chaos Pit. I want Chaos Pit. I want... like classic Nomad. I want... just, you know, just something fun, man. I find it really hard, especially when I'm not absolutely hammered. Shockingly, I find it quite hard to find something to talk about for the first ages in the game when when nothing's happening and everybody's just fast castling. Okay, what are we going for? PM's like, can we pick map? PM's giving the grief. Okay, I need to see if I can find the next lobby. And hoping this time it just let's just join the game instead of making us jump through like 1.5 million hoops. I'm not like confident because it's been consistently a pain. Obviously, PM wants an interesting iron bore map. I mean, do I have that? Do I have that clip? Maybe I do. I'm gonna find it while we're waiting. Because that was ridiculous. Like, how many vills did that iron bore kill in the end? It was like 40 odd, right? It was insane. So I think what it was like 43 vills, wasn't it? Where is... Where's our good clips? How dare there not be a clip of that? Oh, maybe there is on the YouTube channel. Which obviously you're all watching, right? You're all subscribed to the Hermetica clan Twitch channel, YouTube channel. I hope. Videos. Yeah. Yeah. Here it is. Look at him go. We'll go at what's it? We'll go at 2 times speed. Just so we can enjoy just how many kills this one ball gets. Oh, hold on. It's been blurred out. It's been blurred out, so we can't see the kills. No, who did this? who did this clickbait? The boar is doped. This boar is ridiculous. Why is it blurred? Why is it blurred? Somebody tell me. Hypnos. Why is the kill count blurred at the end? So I can't see how many it killed. He definitely killed more vills than that, because he also came round to the south and did more murdering. I'm sure I had a long clip. I was sure I had a long clip of that. Oh well. It was a good game. I was really happy with all of our semi-finals and finals that we got to play. And I was obviously gutted that we didn't have the Purple League like we wanted. But also, there was too much faffing going on there that we just were not able to make that work, which, you know, again, is sad. But these things happen. Oh, did you just rewatch? Did you just rewatch it yourself to clip that, or did you clip it from my Twitch? Because I've got all of the paid features. I'm a very early adopter of Capture Age. I've been sending Capture Age money since they made the program back when we were all on Voobly. Like, I think the work that they have done has been completely invaluable to Age of Empires. I don't think it can be stated enough just how lucky we are to have people that have invested so much time what was initially not for profit, right? Like they weren't making any money off that to make a tool. They were doing it out of love, and now that it's become something that they can work on and is effectively an integral part of our game is insane. And I think that they are fantastic, and I'm so grateful for all of the work that they've put in, because it has made Age of Empires better. It's one of the best spectating experiences that you can have in a strategy game. Our overlay is fantastic. The fact that we can get live stats is insane. Like all of this, seeing the things that are popping up in the 1v1s, the fact that you can hover over now and you'll have all of the text that have been researched, it's just insane. And they deserve every penny that they can get from me. But who will win game number 3? Hold on. I need to put some. I need to put my money on. Let me join the prediction. I need my points. I'm kind of feeling GDR clan again. You know. I'm gonna go 5,000 points for GDR clan. Oh. There we go. I'm putting it. I was there. I really liked how they played the last one, and I think this is a pretty standard map. Nice. Okay, well, I mean, I guess we've got the time to do some introductions, and look at this fucking weird ass gen here for Smiley. So, in the flank, we have... No, it's not the flank. Hold the darn phone for a second. We have... Pocket. Smiley. Flank. Benito Burrito. We have flank MPJ again. And Pocket PM. And then we have... Abigail in the red as flank as Italians. We have Teuton Pocket for Griffiths. Interesting. Siege Heavy is what I'm expecting, actually. And we have purple MacDeck as the Saracens. Saracen Pocket? Wild. That's a one. That's a choice. And we have Aztec flank. I should have looked at the civs before I put all of my money in. Holy shit. Like, civ-wise, we've got Saracens flank, as I want to see them. We've got Hindustani's pocket, great place for them to be. Persian pocket, great place to be. and blue Mayans on the flank. So, like, the placement of these civs is where I'd want to see them. But, like, Aztec flank. And it's quite long to try and get a wall off over here. So, you know, when it comes down to it, they're actually going to want to go pretty aggressive from the Italians to secure this section. And you've got to pretty much guarantee that we beat MPJ back, which I think they can probably realistically do, because their late game trade will have to be this way. There's no way that they're going to be able to secure this and be able to deal with Burrito, and Smiley putting the pressure. So if they lean on having this side as being their long-term trade, they're going to have a really shit time. Not having a shit time against spotting the scout of Benito Burrito, getting the double fight in there with orange and purple. I don't understand the way GDR operates. They will just play like it's Arabia. Fair. And I think that's I guess okay. I mean, we lost the scout, but if Smiley gets the hit, Smiley wins this fight, and she does. Now Smiley can turn around and kill the Aztec eagle. Because it's in feudal, right? Oh no, it's not. It's in Dark Age. And she's in feudal, and she could extra kill it now. Extra kill it. Go and murder that boy. Okay, PM and MPJ get the win on this side as well. Straightaway archery range for the Italians. No, it's not straightaway archery range. It's straightaway barracks. There's no barracks down. Super vulnerable to aggression. My. Okay, double archery range will be on the way down for Benito Burrito. Going for that high damage. We've got an archery range of our own on the way for Aztecs. Probably going for a full skirm defense, if I'm guessing. But they're not, because they're on gold. What's going on? I guess you've got to, because you know that Smiley's going to be mixing in some scouts. So you can't go for that full skirm defense. You've got to go archers. And when you're going up against archers and scouts, you're going to need something else to make this viable. And it's just, I don't know. GDR is looking not as smooth for me in their decisions. They're smoother in their eco. 94 vils to 92. Bit more idle time out of Benito Burrito. Next to none from Smiley, but Abigail, Pierre, and Griffiths, and MacDeck can eco with the best of them. Double archery range is actually out. I'm amazed that they managed to fit archery ranges there, but I think it's a reasonable spot. Cuts off any aggression coming forward, because you're always going to be a little bit worried. We're going for Watchtower. Watchtower. And we're having to try and stonewall, but we don't have enough time. The scouts are here. Oh god, I'm losing all of my pointos. The pointos are gone. Abigail's getting clapped. 1 vil. 2, oh, just saves it, but we get completely forced off wood and gold. Can't go in and fight. The archers will cut this off, and red needs so much help. But there's no help on the way, because what were we doing? We were effectively trying to do a fast castle, but now we're having to make some scouts, but way later. Oh, no, no, no. This is pure punishment. We've walled off here. But, like, we could still get in, and like we can actually still put like a couple archers right here, and we can still range this watchtower without being hit. Oh, that's grim. Oh, that's grim. I like how they're playing it like it's Arabia. Yeah, well, for my points, I don't. Military mass definitely in favour of Hermetica, who's taken the better fights. I was about to say nearly every time, but they didn't right there. 2 scouts for 2. Smiley behind, was behind in numbers, but now it's levelled out. With the picking off the reinforcements is so good. Which means that we're not getting up to that mass of scary scouts. 4v3. I mean, we do need to pull this back. We do need to pull this back. We just don't have the numbers really. But it's like, as long as we keep doing good damage to red, like, this should be fine, right? This should be fine. Forging upgrade on the way in for yellow. Trying to get up to a mass to try and put some support in. As Benito is like, oh yeah, I should probably start making some eco. They are sort of just getting the fight won. Smiley trying to think about Castle. She certainly bloody is, isn't she? She certainly is. Let's have a look at the old food count. Smiley, 23 on food. Really nice. Really nice pocket play. The investment is not to try and end the game now. It's to try and keep that military mass down for their opponents and make sure that all of the focus is in their base. Smiley is not far away. A couple minutes at best. Abigaili, though, should click up first, but I think a chunk of that will probably be down to idle time. Yeah, look at that. Two and a half minutes of idle time from orange and red. Both flanks have been punished. But then again, Benito Burrito has had no aggression in his base, and we have 2 minutes and 40 seconds of TC idle time. Same for MPJ. So they've done about as much damage to themselves as they've done to their opponents just by idling their TCs, which, oh God, we see time and time again. Certainly at the sort of like mid ratings. And I have to say, 2.5 minutes of idle time, 3 minutes of idle time is something that I expect from people kind of 1200, not 15. 1500 should be keeping that low, like, unless they're going hyper aggressive, should be able to keep their TC running. Because I can't keep my TC running, and I'm not that good. So, like, if you've got TC idle time like mine, there's got to be a problem there. Yeah. It wasn't super Arabia like. I will agree. PM hits Castle Age before everybody else, but Castle is on the way in for Abigaili and Griffiths. Decent mass of archers from Benito. If only Benito had managed to keep the economy running smooth enough to kind of be competitive, but actually at the back of this, his castle timing should be pretty crap, other than the market abuse that the Saracens can do. Saracen market abuse is the way, and Castle Age comes in. Oh God, no! It's just, it is actually kind of filthy that you can cock up your build, leave everything on gold, and then Saracens are like, that's fine, we'll fix our economy later because gold is our economy, and it certainly is. So that was a planned strat. He didn't care about idle time. 3 TCs on the way in for PM. 4, no, not 4, 3. It is 3. It is 3. We are indeed trying to secure this section down here for the late game, which I do like to see. Military mass looking pretty good for GDR over on this right-hand side. But with Smiley, Bloodlines, and Castle on the way in. Pretty much the same time. I will say, do we really want to see camels? Do we? I'm not sure we do. I probably want to see more light cav, if I'm honest. Like, light cav upgrade? Like, camels won't help a huge amount against the massive archers, especially with this coming in. So I kind of feel like there needs to be something else, right? Can I check resources? I certainly can. There we go. Abigail, plenty of wood, but also plenty of pressure. We just need some forward siege. Doesn't manage to get the walls down either. Forward siege would be nice, but the scouts are out to try and help. Loads of pressure on Benito Burrito, who's had a rough time both games. Kept his military mass high. University on the way in. So we're trying to get that fast ballistics. What are we going for? Second armor upgrade. Getting up to a few mix of camels in there. They die so quick to the crossbows. I'm not sure what happened, but I will make sure all of them are expelled from the clan. Well, I mean, they're falling behind in vills, they're behind in military, and Red has had a really tough time and is getting punished time and time again, down at 30 villagers for Red. But they are looking okay on this right-hand side. It's like, if we're just watching here, the defense has been okay, they've got a decent comp going for them. But Abigail and Griffiths are not having the best of times. It has to be said, they're not having the best of times. Mangonel is on the way out soon, maybe? Maybe? No? Okay, so Mangonel's never going to come out. Mangonel instead pops out for Pierre. Or Pierre. Let's just imagine it's Pierre. Instead of being Italian, he's French. He's French and suave. Ready to do some aggro. With MacDeck getting the light cav upgrade, which I like to see. I think light cav was the correct choice in this situation. Oh, absolutely. We love having the French in the chat. That's why Citeau, he sometimes is hanging around and watching Smiley win the game. With his Frenchness. He is so suave. Ho 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 ho. Well, can there be any laughter on this side? Because actually this push is getting kind of threatening. No ballistics though. Pushes that Mangonel back. Sito has his baguette to enjoy this. To be honest, look, I'm never going to knock a baguette. You couldn't knock a baguette. Jess, could you knock a baguette? Pretty good hunk of bread, right? Yeah. Love a baguette. You just like a baguette and wine and cheese. Like, I mean, this might be sacrilege to some people, but like a baguette and some camembert for like dipping sounds kind of good to me. And thanks to the French, I have one of my favourite breakfast combos ever, which is what happens when you do a fusion of British food and French food together. You fry bacon and you put it in a croissant, as the Americans say, or a croissant, as the Brits say, and a croissant, as the French say. And it's like, it's the best bacon sandwich that you can have. Like, it's well fancy. It's just try it. It's a food fusion, bacon croissant. I love it. Oh dear. MPJ gets cleared. The raid's coming in. As PM comes back and regroups. Mangonel. 2 for 1. Great snipe there from Pierre. Pierre doing some good work. And when, like, this is a fight that goes GDR's way every day of the week. Mangonel goes down, the entire clear up. It's a game of two halves. It really is. We needed to be pulling this archer mass back. We can't afford to lose everything. That's a bit of a throw. Castle, trying to get the castle down is... I don't think that's going to go down.
There's crossbows there. There's no mangonel on the way out to help this go down. This is going to be so costly. This castle is a mistake without the backup there. Maybe there's enough crossbows to keep this alive. Maybe it's just okay. Ooh, getting nervy. Getting nervy. Castle goes up. We stay alive. It's not a mistake. Oh my. The hype is here. The hype is real. GDR not going down without a fight. However, we are ignoring the big elephant in the room. Which is, yes, Imp on the way in for Pierre. That's great. Look at all of that. There's villagers. Let's just ignore the fact that PM is on 4 TCs, has this kind of economy. Look at that. There's 136 vills on the field. Like, that is an absurd boom. Like, an absolutely absurd boom. He can sling all of his teammates up to Imp. Like, it... if that was the way that they were going to go. Like, what the hell? That's mad. And nobody's received a huge amount of damage. Benito Burrito could have been pressured quite hard, but he wasn't in the end. It would have been good if they'd managed to do some better walling. But they didn't think about walling. So now it's a game of army. Imp landing in for Pierre. And I do like that. Especially if we swap these out. Like, we wait until Imp's in and we go for, like, Cat Ram. Just to immediately push this castle. It could be really dirty. Another clear up over here. Smiley just not having the numbers and not having the support. Benito Burrito out of position again. And at the same time, we've looped... Oh, just shot a hole. Shot a hole, and of course we're just taking out buildings like they don't even matter. This is a ballsy TC. It does go up though. The Mangonel helping to secure that, and actually now on the back foot. Now Hermetica clan are 100 vills ahead, but military mass is even. And I will say, the push is great. We've completely cut off Benito Burrito, and we've decided to focus on Smiley instead. And Benito cannot join in with the fight, especially because he's arb with crossbows. So PM's going to have to, like, swing in with some knights or something to help balance this out. Scorpions kill archers and common. Yeah, it's true, but they don't really kill... masses of arbalests if they're only regular scorpions, and all of the production buildings are going down. Oh, maybe my points are safe. The eco is starting to level out between the two teams. Only red falling behind, but there is definitely a window if he manages to stay. I mean, if is good. This is a huge military. If it starts pushing, that's a worry. I do think that we might need to swing some... No. These are only regular mangonels, Smiley. They're up against arbs. They just don't have the range. You can't repair that enough. This is something that the Hindustanis are definitely going to struggle with without a castle in play to get some Ghulam out. I mean, I'm hoping it is, for my point's sake. But obviously, at the same time, there's the Hermetica bias, as the Hermetica clan official streamer should have. That obviously, that we want Smiley, PM, Benito Burrito, and MPJ to do really well here. But my points, like, come on, the gamble. I might not get the Underlord role if we lose. That's so true. Okay, aggressive castle on the way down. Trebs are out. We are getting Siege Ram to help this push. Imp on the way in for blue and grey. still not quite managed to clear this up. We have the boom, but like the damage is going to start coming in. I'm loving the position out of GDR. As long as they find a way of saving red. And I kind of think they have. Their military is looking threatening. They've walled off. And I might have to say it. It looks like they might actually start to be able to secure this chunk of the map. Especially if they tear through Benito Burrito's base. Which I didn't think they were going to be able to do. And so if they are able to wall off here, it means that they've got the position for long trade. And they can take this late game. They absolutely can. Siege Ram tears through the castle, especially with the support of the Trebs at the back of that. They don't kill enough Siege Rams. And MacDeck takes down all of Smiley's camels. Guys, GDR is playing really well. And my points might just be safe as the military count is staying ahead and the Vil count is closing in. The position is just not there. They are melting. Clear up happens finally, and we do have good military. Now the question is, if PM switches his focus over onto this side, how can we swing this? I mean, Imp Camel, right? Imp Camel and Arb. That's our dream combo, right, for Hermetica. Think PJ and PM lingered too much? Yeah. And this castle shouldn't go up. I mean, everybody's in Imp, right? It's only Pierre who's in Imp over here. So if we sort this out, this is still salvageable, but like 85 Vils for Burrito. And where are those Vils? Like where are they? Most of them are in here, so they're dead. We've got the migration here, so we've only managed to save 17. That's not good enough. We're about to take an absolute pummeling. As for the first time in a while... Nice. We even hit our own Gulam there. Losing position. Red is in Imp, so we're just waiting for purple. Savar is a power unit. Getting rid of that Treb would be huge, but we're not able to do it, so Treb's popping out. It's a game of pushing. It's a game of pushing. Pierre gone for pikes, so they're even ready for the Savar. Oi, oi, oi. Castle will go down. We're just not able to go up to the mass. Hermetica making the game close for content, but Red will also be defeated. Let's see how good Smiley can hold her side. Won't be easy with Hindus, no. Certainly not when we've got Pike and Camel in. But Savar is 40 seconds off, but we have the mass here, so we're able to take that fight. Yellow's mass of units is high, and obviously the Teutons are just ridiculous. As their armor lands in, we're not able to mop up the army mass. There are enough Arbs here to deal with this, though. TC goes down, Trebs are there, so Red's having a no good, very bad day. 69 Vils, this is one of the situations where having 69 Vils is not nice. Cito says Hermetica still wins this. Savar has come in, and they are insane. Like, what a ridiculous unit the Savar is. But they are against Camel Pike, which is still a counter. So it is PM having to carry the game. But MPJ doing really, really nicely. 100 military on the field for MPJ. He's a quarter of the military mass. There's only 5. Like, Burrito's out of the game, right? I mean, has managed to salvage 85 Vils, has thrown down TCs, thrown down houses, so we'll try and boom back into this. Smiley has to hold 2v1. Everybody's in Imp now. They have the score lead, but they are going to have to hold. Oh, I mean, Red's down to 12 Vils. Red's down to 12 Vils. And they're super concerned about being able to hold it. Like, they're planning walling here. So where's the trade going to be? Like, the trade has to be over this side. It has to be the length. Seadram's doing good work. But now they've got a fantastic window for Siege Onager into Smiley's base here. Like, if they go through where Benito Burrito's base is and just cut in, Smiley's eco is tated. I think that's sort of the next play for this push. For me. But over on this left-hand side, just a mass from PM and MPJ. Yeah. They're genuinely, they're speed trading between them. Hermetica has the Vil and military mass advantage, but they're just losing on what should be I would say it should be their strongest side. Like, the combo of Benito Burrito and Smiley should be so strong. Maybe this is what happens when Smiley is playing a Civ where it's not Knights and Send. Yeah. Yeah, always tricky with Hindus when your flank is dead. Yeah. And Benito Burrito, I mean, I will say, he's done a bloody good job of making sure he's not properly dead, though. 114 villagers after losing his entire base. Walling things in to try and keep him going. Like he's still going to be able to be competitive. So, I mean, Smiley's just investing everything into trying to get some military out to support. Like, the front is on her base. Smiley's become the flank. But at the same time, the raids are now in. Griffiths down at 66 Vils. Sito's right. They got this. They so got this. A ruddy good attempt from GDR, though. But it's like, how are they going to win this now? Two of their players are down. Smiley's still got 150 Vils. And they're planning a cut through. Maybe? I mean, they're pinging it. Double fortified walling. They're like, we just need to hold. But hold with what? You've got no way of dealing with all of the pressure on the left. So who dies faster? Yellow no fletching. Those Savars can camp his base forever. Absolutely. Castle goes down. Does have some Cavalier. And we have started to spin some units over onto this right-hand side. And this is a worry, though. Like, Smiley is trapped, actually. And so can lose a lot. Trade has started for both teams, though. Might not necessarily end so soon. We are vulnerable here. They should see the mass, though. We don't go in. That would have been a great opportunity to dive in and get rid of all of those trebs. Is Smiley going to be saved? Down at 128, so we've lost 25 Vils in mere moments. 24 idols as well. I don't think she did get the unique tech for hand cannon. I think she lost her castle too quick. And with the eagle raids coming in as well. Oh god. But it has to be enough, right? It just has to be. They do get rid of all of the siege. Savar is not enough to stop it. But I mean, we just need to chop through, right? We just chop through. As soon as we're hitting purple, this should end it. But purple and orange are just in such a good spot. Smiley has no way of dealing with them on her own. And because purple has what I would say is a bit of a comp counter to PM throwing stuff in. We do have hand cannons out though. They don't have the extra range, so we don't have our upgrade, do we? And they're just trying to drag it out. That's not a triple wall, mate. That's not a triple wall. 5 layers of wall. $13 Vils, 44 Vils, but it's just such a solid push over on this right-hand side. It should be stalled out now. Like, blue should be able to just fight this on their own. So green should be focusing all of their attention over on this side. If we manage to get up to a decent mass of Hindustani hand cannons, condos out. Of course they have an Italian ally, so they can have Aztec condottieros. Of course they can. Hand cannons nerfed. I mean, they're still in this. It's looking rough. Oh, just cut. And they are. They are just cutting. They have this. Like, it's 3v2. There's no military on the field for yellow. Yellow's just trying to boom back in. Yellow has nothing but walls. Red has no Vils but some skirms, I guess. Well, skirms ain't winning this. So there's no way. The Vil count is only closed because there's an overboom, I would say, from orange. Especially when we're going for like pike and condo and eagles. I want to see like closer to 80 military because you're going to be losing so many units so fast. And you should have the economy at the back of that to support it. But it's not with the raids coming in. Hermetica clan do not want me to have my points. That is for sure. As they are in through the base of purple, who has gone from like 140 Vils down to 91. We're down at 120 for orange, and the GG has to be rolling in soon. They've got to be confident in the damage that they've done, but it's not equivalent, right? It's not. Smiley is down to 41 Vils, but you know, 14. I have to say, yellow's got themselves back up to 70. So, Vil count-wise, that's quite impressive. But Red's going to lose their army here. Siege Ram have been particularly effective, I will say. And Trebs have been doing good work. Poor Smiley. Could actually be defeated soon. The condos have just been so powerful. Aztec condos. Who would have thought? But it's a castle push. Trade should be denied. We're staying in it. We're already trying. Doing everything that they can to stay in, and like this push has been constant Gotta say, for Pierre and MacDeck, their push has been so stable, and they've managed to do such a ruddy good job. Smiley could actually be defeated. And they've got to actually be feeling, other than the fact that they've got the score lead, maybe there's some nerves there. The fact that they're raiding and they know that they've killed red off completely, they know that they've done some great damage to purple. Like, there's no way ever that they lose this. But ruddy hell, that was tight. For a minute there, that was pretty darn close. GDR's like, I got nothing. I got nothing. I got 50 wood in the bank. 8 choppers, 2 choppers. The raids are everywhere. He's only got gold. They're just like, no, we want to defeat Smiley before we get there. But Smiley will stay strong. Poor red. And it's just like... we might actually lose our siege to orange, who still has 56 villagers. But yeah, what a game. What a fantastic end to the set. As Burrito dives out, should get rid of the trebs. Trebs that cannot be replaced. Just... oh god, look at how quick they die though. Actually loses that fight. Had such a massive, like, advantage in numbers, but just not the advantage in units. Oh, what a clear up. But did get rid of the trebs. Still has the Seadrams. Seadrams MVP. Still going to keep that push. I mean... there's no way. Like, there's no way. But they are getting terrifyingly close to the siege. This is so hard to deal with because there's camels, because there's eagles, because there's pikes. Aztec pikes at that. 4+8. Plus the bonus damage. Very tough to deal with. Bombards out. I mean, they've lost the game. Like, I can't find a win. Like, there's no win condition for them here when you've got less than 100 military on the field when there's 200 for your opponents. They know it as the GG rolls in, plus GG. My. What a fantastic set. What a fantastic... I'm going to have to put my headset on now, aren't I? I am, because they want to have a conversation, don't they? So we'll do that. We will swap over to the fantastic headset mic instead. See a huge change in quality there? There we go. We lose that microphone. We go to broadcast. I don't have the points. I'm not the point man. Don't be coming round here asking for points. That's for whoever stole my points. Fuming. Absolute joke. And I need to make this 2-1 for Hermetica Clan. Great showing from them. Honestly, great showing. We will hop in with them, I think. I'm just going to have to hope that Discord works. I don't know if I've set up Discord properly for... but no, definitely haven't. Definitely haven't. Hold on, we'll get there. Output device. Oh, sod it. We'll make it that one.
Tom can hear us.
There we go.
We're not.
Now we can. Now we can. Could you hear me though?
Come! Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, fantastic.
We can hear you.
Fantastic. I can hear you. You can hear me. Chat can hear you as well. That's great. There you go. What a set. What a battle. What a show match. That's the term. How are you feeling?
Wait, we cannot hear Tom. Is that right?
I mean,
we can't hear Tom anymore. There we go. Now we can.
I mean, I'm here. How are you guys feeling? How are you doing?
Feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good. I mean, it was a cracking set. Like genuinely, you looked so good in game number 1, and then to have them come back in game 2, like on fire, looking so strong. Did you have a game plan for any of this, or was this just like, let's just do our team play as we normally do?
Yeah, we just kind of jumped right in and said, "All right, we all know each other. We've all played with each other before. Let's just jump right in and play a show match."
Yeah, and on the first map, we kind of discussed the strategy during the game. We were adapting to the situation. With Vietnamese, we know all the positions, so yeah, we were kind of chill there. Second game, our side misplayed it pretty heavily.
Sorry about that, team.
Yeah, I said to NPJ, I will go forward with my scouts. They have a lot more. I can try to raid pockets. You just hide in your base. And I thought he will fully wall and hide with archers behind his walls, so I can return if he's getting attacked. And he was just camping the hill in front of his base.
Yep.
And
Yeah, there was two problems there. First, he assumed I was walled, and second, he assumed I was smart enough to move my archers back behind my walls I don't have. That was the main problem in that situation.
Yeah, I hate when the walls don't make themselves. Yeah, I totally feel
It's
you there.
frustrating.
So, Lazy One Kenobi asks, Burrito, did you and MPJ swap accounts? Because MPJ looked like the 1700s, supposedly. So...
Only during that third game, if anything. Those first 2 games were rough.
I mean, you got stuck in a pretty rough position for the African clearing kind of nomad map. Like right in the middle. Just like, okay, there's nowhere to run. I'm surrounded. There's pressure all the time. And still ended up looking pretty good. We don't have any of the other team hanging out, or do we? Do we now?
Hello.
Hi.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Lazy One, I just wanted to say that I struggle on open maps like Arabia and like kind of the standard play. I'm an off meta player, as you probably know. But yeah, that's why I didn't play as well in these ones. But I mean, they were tough. Like I tried to my best against Orange each time, and he's really good with his archers. So it was tough.
So GG's to the guys joining. Good games.
GG's. GDR.
GG's.
Well, I mean, if they have, we've got Pia for starters who did great. Pia, you went for a pretty, I'd say one of the greediest booms I've ever seen in game 1.
Yeah.
Are you a boom heavy player, or is that just something?
Usually I'm not. But I saw it was like so far, like my building, my TC was so far from every other TC. So I said, okay, let's try.
Yeah.
Let's try to full boom, and let's see what's going on.
Right. Well, I mean, it made it close, didn't it? Like, considering how well Hermetica did overall in getting the slightly better position, I'd say the fact that you were as heavy boomed as you were, meant that you were in a really good spot to swing that game around, which is something that I will say that you guys did a really good job of not allowing to happen in game number 2. So yeah, nice play. How do you guys feel you played as a team? Like, is this the first show match that you guys have done? Changing players as well.
Yeah, we had the first game with another player, yeah, and then we changed it with our we call him the president. It's Griffiths is our, let's say, the mentor of the clan.
Your captain,
and also the one that helped to organize this evening.
Yeah. You did good. Well, I mean, I was super impressed. It was great. Do you guys play pretty regularly? So this is a sort of Italian community.
Yeah, we do play a lot of. Mainly we play like Tonight TG, like team games, Arabia or Hideout. We are not such a nomad or African clearing team, but yeah, we play it anyway.
Hey, some standard map, and it definitely showed was really, really strong. It was great to have you here. Have you got any words for your opponents who managed to pip you at the very, very end?
Well, congratulations, and yeah, very nice game. I liked a lot the Hideout. It was really, really fun to play, and also many, how can I say, many turnaround in the game, like. Yeah, we didn't expect the gray player to hide the stable. Actually, I don't know how did he get there, but it was really game changing. So it was a good move for sure.
Yeah. It was definitely a game of two halves, like the push down through Burrito and Smiley's base, and they weren't able to do anything. But unfortunately, just the murder that happened on the other side. I can't remember who it was that was down to, like, red was down to like 12 villagers, and yellow lost their base. But actually, yellow, if yellow's here, was yellow Griffiths or in that last game? Because Abigail was was red. And and had a rough game, but Griffiths, you had a pretty interesting boom that you managed to grab yourself back in, even after losing your base and then moving back, and were within a few minutes back up to 70 vills, even though you've been. Wait, Tom's mic is pretty bad. Is it pretty bad?
Yeah, it was very like crackly there.
It got really rough.
Yeah, but not on stream. It was only in Discord. I rechecked it.
Oh, weird.
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
Maybe I'm coming through the wrong mic on Discord.
Well, now you're back. No, you're good again. It just sounded like you were breaking up.
That's just Discord things, I guess. Well, as long as it sounds good for the stream. Cool.
Could you just repeat the tail end of your question, though, Tom?
It was for Griffiths, who had a pretty impressive reboom, even after losing the base, moved back to the back in game 3, and kind of managed to get from like 20 vills all the way back up to 70 vills in next to no time. So I was wondering if Griffiths is a bit of a boomy player himself, the captain of your squad.
Actually, he is not as well.
He's not.
He's definitely not the boom guy, but like the aggressive player.
Okay. Well, he managed to pull off a boom, which I appreciate. And yeah, Lazy One Kenobi, he's hiding from me. He doesn't want to speak, which is fine. I'm very intimidating and British, and everybody else here is Italian or French or Smiley. So
Wait, what?
Well, you're not Italian or French, so you're Smiley.
Yeah.
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 Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just true. I'm smiley.
Ain't
Glad
that
we
the
cleared that
truth?
up.
Glad we
I
cleared
have
that
a
up.
question. I have a I have a question for GDR. So basically, in match 3, you were so close to win. I mean, did you feel like you were winning? Um, how did you feel about game 3? You were pushing. You destroyed Gray and almost killing Smiley. Should you have like push even more into green base?
Mm.
What do you think?
Yeah, the problem. I mean, the score was has always been like saying that Hermetica were winning. So we were trying to push as fast as possible, but anyway, it was not fast enough. So and then we found out there were like the gray stables that were going on our trade. So it was someone had to go to clean that.
Oh, I see.
And then the cut, of course, you were expecting sooner or later, like see Jonazer cut through the wood. But anyway, we didn't have many resources and stuff to counter that in that moment. So
Yeah, at that moment, it was actually PM was like, "Well, we pushed as far as we can. There's a massive wall. You know, we're gonna come to your side." And I said,
Seven,
"No."
like 7 layers of 7 layers of wall. I've never seen so many walls.
Stay on that side, find a way in, do it. And he's just like, "All right, I guess we're honored you're cutting through."
So we actually ended up using Trebs, and that's the first time I've ever Trebs.
Okay, you opened with traps. Okay.
Yeah,
I knew it was something you could do, but it was kind of I was struggling so bad trying to figure out how to get it.
yeah, because we lost all our traps and I had no pop space. I attacked into siege onagers, but it would take so long. And then I was like, oh, look at yellow space. There's like 2 tree tiles. We have to cut. Just use your traps, get them forward, and then PJ was just sending them to the cutting position and not unpacking them. And I was standing there with my knights waiting, and the other side was like, push, guys, push.
Ended up taking close to 5 minutes that I'm sitting there unpacking my trebs, repacking them, unpacking. Oh, I got a tree. And oh my goodness, I'm going to practice that every night for the next month.
And after that cutting, his traps unpacked again to get the TCs, and then he was just blocking the whole passage. And my knights were going other side, and I was like, "Where are my units?" And I was watching them; they were just going around because our path was blocked again.
I'm pretty sure you can.
3 trebs.
I think you can shift click the trees with the trebs as well. Just by the way.
Like I said, I need to practice that at home. I'm just gonna sit there and wee hours of the night just shift clicking trees. Oh, I'm gonna get them next time.
I look forward to that. Well, it's been a lot of fun casting your show match, and I hope it was great fun to play. And thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. Hypnos is going to send us on a raid. I look forward to the next show match that you guys play.
Yeah, I would like to say thanks to Griffiths for organizing. I think it was really nice, a nice show match, and thanks all the players who were able to play.
Thanks so much, guys.
It was a lot
GG,
of fun.
really well.
GG's.
Well played set.
GG.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. I think
Bye.
we are
Good
gonna.
night.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone. And we are just gonna raid Condom Tiaro, who kindly casted the game in Italian.
Oh,
so let's do that.
Bene. Yeah, that's what the Italians say, innit?
And
Bellissimo.
Thanks a lot,
But
Tom,
with
for
hands.
casting, of course.
My pleasure. Let's send us over.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let's go. Thanks for watching and for following us. See you next time then.
Goodbye. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I don't have a stream ending scene, so So we're just gonna be here like this. I've got to be right back.
No,